1 John, very end of chapter 2. Let's read the text together this morning. It starts I forgot my contact in this morning, so I have my glasses again. 1 John chapter 2, let's start in verse 28. And now, dear children, continue in him, so that when he appears, we may be confident and unashamed before him at his coming. If you know that he is righteous, you know that everyone who does what is right has been born of him. How great is the love of the Father. How great is the love the Father has lavished on us that we should be called children of God. And that is what we are. The reason the world does not know us is that it did not know him. Last week we learned about this anointing. And the anointing that teaches us, the Spirit of God that teaches us to remain in Jesus. So he starts out this passage, he says, therefore continue in him. Continue. Just set that course and stay on that course. I'm with Jesus. I'm going to stay with Jesus. I'm not going to go anywhere else. My hope is in Jesus. Blessed assurance, Jesus is mine. Oh, what a foretaste of glory divine. He knows my name. I am with Jesus. I am. Stay with Jesus. I'm going to remain in him. And he says, let's do that so that we can be confident and unashamed when he comes. You know what we're going to talk about this morning? Confidence. Are we for it or are we against it? Well, we're supposed to have it, aren't we? And if we remain in Jesus, the text says, you will be confident when he comes. Confidence. It's an interesting word. It's got that root word for trust in it. Fidelity, trust. Okay. You remember the old stereos? How many remember high fives? Okay. What was a high five? It was a high fidelity. It was a true to the original reproduction. It was trustworthy. High five. Fidelity. Confidence. It comes from actually it's a French prefix com. It's turned into an M for us, but it means absolute. Absolute fidelity. Absolute trust. Can you tell when somebody is confident? You know those times that you feel confident? You probably work at it, don't you? You know those times when you feel unconfident? So what do? Well, you put on whatever it is that makes you feel confident. Whether your best sports jacket or your coolest clothes or your nicest looking shoes or something. You do something because you want to feel confident. Especially when you're starting something like a new job. That's when you feel the most unconfident, isn't it? Or maybe when you start a new relationship and you just don't have a lot of confidence. And what you really want is you want confidence. You want to feel that absolute trust. That's what you, and that's what John says that we should be feeling. He says how great the love of the Father is. He's lavished on us that we should be called children of God. That's pretty cool. That's a great title, isn't it? Yeah. Children of God. What are some other options? Children of Satan? Maybe you've been called the son of something not so nice sometime in your life. You know, it's not how to win friends and influence people. You know, you call them son of something not so nice. Children of God. What a cool title. He says, and you know what the cool part is that's what we are. Now, there are some people in Asia Minor at the end of the first century that are influencing the people that John is writing to that are taking away their confidence. They're wearing it away. Kind of like water wears away a stone. Or maybe they're chipping at it, like a miner chips away at a stone. He said, you have it. You are children of God. What an incredible gift that God has lavished on you. That's what you're called. That's what you are. That's amazing. You have that. When Jesus comes, you're going to be confident and unashamed. What is it that takes away people's confidence? Well, maybe you've been in a relationship and you've lost confidence in a relationship. Maybe somebody's told you that that person's too good for you. Or you don't deserve that person. Maybe they told it to you once and you keep playing it over and over and over in your head. Maybe you're taking away your own confidence. Maybe you're the one robbing yourself of confidence because you keep playing these tapes over and over in your head. I don't deserve to be called a child of God. I don't deserve to be part of this group. These people say they love me. I don't deserve that. I'm not good enough for that. There's sin in my life. If they really knew who I was, they wouldn't love me. If God really knew who I was, He wouldn't love me. Maybe somewhere somebody told you you were unlovable. And you believed it. And you haven't let that go. Maybe somebody in Asia Minor is telling them that they're not worthy. Oh, sure, you might be able to become a child of God, but you're not one now. If you just work a little harder, if you just follow my program, if you just become like me, then you can become a child of God. And they buy it. And they say, boy, I would really like to have the confidence that person has. I'd really like to have the assurance that person has. I'd like to have that sense of worth that person has. Who's taking it away from you? Well, you are. Yeah, there might be other people involved. There may be people telling you stuff, but you're letting them get to you. You're letting those old things that somebody told you, maybe those old sermons you heard, those old Sunday school classes you heard, or maybe something, an ex-boyfriend, a girlfriend, or a spouse, an ex-spouse, maybe something they said, or maybe something that your parents, God bless them, said, or your grandparents said, and you let it get in and you let it sink deep, and you keep it and you pull it out, and you read this about yourself and you say, well, that's right, I don't deserve. How could God love me? How great love the Father has lavished on us, that we should be called children of God, and that is what we are. Because Jesus and His sacrifice that we celebrate every week, that is what we are. And because of that, and this is the theme of the book of John, we learn to love each other. That's what we do. We love each other. And the only reason we can do that is because of what God has done for us. And the only thing that's going to destroy that is if we listen to somebody else. Some lie that says, hey, you're not lovable. You're not lovable. And if you're not lovable, then that person sitting in front of you is not lovable either. And that person sitting behind you, and that person sitting to your right and to your left, they're not lovable either. Why waste your time? Why waste your emotions? You're not loved. Somebody has sold you a lie, and you're listening. And you're listening to them instead of the love the Father has lavished on us. And it erodes your confidence. That absolute trust that you have. Jesus died for me. I am a child of God. I am forgiven. I am whole. I am complete. God is at work in my life. He continues to forgive me. He continues to work on me. He continues to watch me try to learn to love. He is so patient. He loves me.
Right.
Blessed assurance. Jesus is mine. Oh, no. That's other people. That's not you. That's for everybody else. You're a special case. You don't really deserve it. Because you remember what you did when you were... You remember. You know God doesn't. God doesn't remember whatever it is that you're thinking about right now. He doesn't remember. I will remember their sins no more. If I could take away your confidence, if I could give you some lie, if I could get you off track with Jesus, if I could just get you to focus on yourself, you won't be able to love. You won't be able to love yourself. You won't be able to love your spouse. You won't be able to love your kids. You won't be able to love anybody else in here. So how do we get you back? What brings you back? What can give you that confidence again? What can make you feel loved again? The way that you first felt loved when you committed your life to Jesus. What can give you that feeling of hope, that feeling of reassurance, that incredible feeling of lightness again? How about this? How about this? How about remember? How about focusing on Jesus and who you are in Jesus again? Now I know for some of you, that means that you're going to have to break a tape recorder. That's old technology, isn't it? You're going to have to let your MP3 player run out of juice. You're going to have to let go of some things that run over and over and over in your head that says that you are not lovable. And that person next to you is not lovable. And that no one is actually lovable. And you're going to have to take some things away that say that, it applies to other people, but not to me, this sacrifice that Jesus has made. That they might feel forgiven and they might feel fresh and renewed, but that's never going to be the case for me. You may have to get rid of those things that you tell yourself over and over again. You have bought into a lie. Don't know where it came from. Don't really care. It is a lie. Who are you going to believe? The God that made you, the God that lavished His love on you, the one that sent His Son and became flesh and died for you. Are you going to believe whoever told you you're not worthy and you are not lovable? Who are you going to believe? Where is your confidence going to lie? That absolute trust, that blessed assurance, Jesus is mine. And I am His. And I'm part of this family. And I don't have to earn that. And I don't have to prove that to anybody. I just have to be free to love myself and love that person next to me, who is lovable. Absolutely, completely lovable because of what Jesus has done. And they are lovable. And I'm capable of loving because of what Jesus has done. How great the love the Father has lavished. Do you feel lavished? Do you feel God has lavished anything on you? I hope so. That you are a child of God. You have that name, a child of God. When someone says, "Who are you?" I am a child of God. I am. And I am completely and thoroughly lovable. How do I know? Because of Jesus. How do I get rid of those tapes? How do I get rid of those things that I say to myself? Remember Jesus. What do I have to do? I just have to remain in Jesus. What makes it possible for me to love you? Jesus. Confidence. Oh, to have that confidence. To have that assurance that no one can chip away, no one can erode away, because it doesn't even come from me. It just comes from me remaining in Jesus. That's all I got to do. And I can learn to love. And I can learn all that it means for God to lavish that love on me. How great the love of the Father is. And He lavished it on me. That I could be called a child of God, and that's what I am. That's what you are. And that's what we have in common. And that's what we take. On Sunday morning, we take that commonness that we have. And we remember and we bring back that confidence. And we know where the confidence comes from, and we know who tries to take it away. We know someone's lying to us. Come back. Come back to the confidence.